this commercial break. In RI machining, the difficult we do right away, and the impossible will take a little longer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Sorry for the little bit of confusion there. We were having some issues with our audio, but we got everything sorted out now, and we are back. So, we got everything figured out. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, in the grid coming up, we will put that up onto the screen real quick. Starting out front, Matt Tejon. In second place, David Gardner. On the way down, we'll give you a rundown here in a second on who finishes the grid. Bring up the race tab and we will be ready to go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting everything figured out still. All right, your leader, Matt Tejon, following in behind David Garman. Michael Mitchell in third place, Watkins in fourth, Martin in fifth, Helm in sixth, and Cody B. McDonald in seventh, rounding out the end of your field. David Garman moving to the inside of Matt Tejon. Matt Tejon up into the wall, a little bit of danger up there, letting Michael Mitchell come up. Oh, Matt Tejon and David Gardner, big contact in turn number 4. We'll go to the replay. NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs. Ladies and gentlemen, right here is where you saw it. Matt Tejon getting up into the wall here, just making a little bit of contact with the wall. David Garman throwing up the slider. Tejon getting a big run and up into the 06 of David Garman. We'll hop back over to the live screen. Here we go. David Garman is going to be taking the EOL, I do believe. And Tejon is going to be up front.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag flies. Matt Tejon still out front. Michael Mitchell in second. Watkins third. Martin in fourth. And Helm rounding out your top 5. Still working on some things over here on the stream. Jumped in a little bit late, so having to kind of play catch up here. That is all on me. My apologies to the drivers and the guys and the fans out there watching right now. A little bit of a late jump on the session start, but we are here. Matt Tejon, still your race leader. Michael Mitchell trying to work that line behind him. Don't forget about old Chris Watkins back there, sporting the number 38 late model, moving into the inside of Michael Mitchell. Tony Martin getting up into the mix. A little bit of contact with Michael Mitchell. It's going to throw Chris. It's going to throw Chris back for a loop there. We'll take a look back here on the field. Looks like contact just raining down. Tejon still out front. McDonald's now in second. Martin in third and Garman in fourth. Helm's going to run at your top 5. That incident right there bumped Mitchell out of the race, and Watkins pushed back to 6th place. Checker flag is going to fly. Heat race number 2 winner, Matt Tejon. See him on outside pole in the feature. Ladies and gentlemen, divert your attention to the screen. We're going to take a peek at our sponsors here real quick. Dirt Anarchy, of course, right there on the top left. That is who is going to be racing here tonight. Let's take a quick look at the sponsors there, and we'll hop back over to the live screen. We got some more drivers coming out. Bring the grid up for this race event. A little bit out of the way here. This is the B main up to drive. Sitting out front, starting on your pole position, Kyle Carter. Second place, Matthew Helm. Third, Nick Klosterman. Fourth place, Chris Watkins. Fifth place, Matthew Croak. Sixth place, Michael Mitchell. Seventh, Jacob Halliday. And eighth, Bud Molyneux. Not sure if I pronounced that right. Hopefully I did. But these drivers are ready to roll. For some reason, every time I switch over to SDK, go back to the race, it brings the logo back up and I have to go and hide it. Not too sure why it does that, but I'm sure that we'll be able to figure out something later on down the road. All right, B main. This will be a 15 lap event. We are ready to roll on this B main. Like I said before, I did show up a little bit late, so sorry. Sorry for the inconvenience there, folks. We missed the intro. We missed the qualifying times, but we are here for the heat races and we are ready to roll. So, Kyle Carter up in front, ready to take off on this green flag. Kyle Carter's going to take off. Klosterman going to try to bump up at the inside line. Looks like Helm gets into the wall a little bit, sporting that number 9 car. A little bit of contact between Klosterman and Helm. Klosterman now going to get bumped way up on the race line, and he is out of the mix. Croak is going to move up into your second place position. Halliday working the inside, trying to push up here to second place. Looks like he's got a little bit of a run. Coming into turn 3 and 4. Kyle Carter with a decent lead. About a second and a half. Croak's found out something on the high line. He's really making it work here tonight, folks. So Watkins bumping up. Take a look at that battle for third here. Halliday's trying to make that inside line work. Watkins is starting to work up on the high side, getting everything rolling. Halliday with a big run off the bottom, trying to stick it, and he's pushing up into that second place position. He's secured third with that move. Fourth, excuse me. Watkins is still sitting in third. Kyle Carter, race leader. Big lead. Get a little spotlight on that number 14 car, Kyle Carter. Up there leading the race. He's now at a 2.3 second gap on the rest of the field. Kyle Carter's running 12.273. Second place is running 12.499. Kyle Carter's got it figured out in this B main event. Push back here. Got a battle for second. Croak on the high side. Watkins on the low side. Watkins trying to make it stick. Halliday's trying to put himself up in the mix. Trying to make it 3 wide here. Watkins is going to jump back up to the high line. Chris Watkins, Adrenaline Spike Designs. Absolute fantastic wraps and designs coming out of Chris here. He also works on t-shirts and some other things. Not sure about his t-shirt printer right now, but definitely has a good thing going for him over there at Adrenaline Spike Designs. Kyle Carter still your race leader. Croak in second, Watkins third, Halliday fourth, and Matthew Helm is rounding out your top 5. Watkins trying to make the move on the inside. It's a race for second place. Watkins starting to find something on the low side now. Croak's still holding on to second with that high line there. He's beating him across the flag stand, I do believe, but Watkins has definitely given him a run for his money. It's been a good battle for second and third throughout the entire race. These cars have stayed tight knit door to door. It looks like Watkins is starting to slow up a little on the low line. Halliday has pushed himself up into third on that lap. Kyle Carter still with a decent lead, pushing it all the way to 4 seconds now. Kyle Carter is absolutely flying around the racetrack here, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like Halliday's going up for second place. They might have gotten a little bit of contact there, but checkered flag comes out. Kyle Carter, your B main race leader. Grid up for the feature. We do have a warm-up right now, ladies and gentlemen, so they are going to be going through a little warm-up phase here. I'm going to go out there and fill the track out right before we hit this A main. If you guys are out here watching, thank you so much for coming out. Dirt Anarchy season number 3. Sorry for such a late start on the stream, but we're here now and we're getting it rolling. I was actually working on my race cart there for a little bit, so had to go out and take the tires off and get them washed. My AC went out earlier. It was around last night. And the house was around 80 degrees, so we had to kind of get that worked on today. Got everything figured out later in the day, so got AC again. Absolutely fantastic. If you guys are out here watching, I'll flip over to the sponsor page real quick. Everybody can take a look at the sponsors. You will see Dirt Anarchy who's racing here tonight, the Adrenaline Spike Designs, 06 Racing Productions, 4M Customs, and NRI Machining. Our caution sponsor for this evening is NRI Machining, located in Georgia. Macon, Georgia, I do believe. And then a couple of my sponsors I got on there: Blueprint Event Rentals and Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacy. So, big shout out to the sponsors for everything that they do for the league, everything they do for us. So, I do have a new stream deck here that I've been kind of playing with. So I've got some of the things ironed out on it, like caution, replay, the live screen, sponsors. I've got all the camera settings, the grid. I've even got an advertisement and stuff like that for in the beginning. So pretty neat little thing. Whenever I do pull up SDK, I do have the race tab on there as well, so I can pull that up at any time, which is pretty neat. It's not too bad. It's definitely pretty cool. So, and of course, when you pull up SDK, there's always something goofy going on with it. So, hide the driver details on the logo, and everything looks crystal clear. But still ironing some stuff out for the stream. We are going to have a larger crowd out here on the track this time. Hopefully everything looks good on the broadcast. We've changed some graphic settings and things, so hopefully everything turns out all right. For some reason, Iracing reset there for a little bit, and just kind of threw me for a loop. But everything should be good now. Everything should be ironed out. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be pulling up the grid here. Dirt Anarchy, ready to roll for the A main. This will be a 30-lap event. A main here at Fairbury Speedway. It's a smaller track, a little bit harder to run, but these guys are definitely putting in the work they need to. Starting on pole, Sage Luther in 026. In second place, outside poles, Matt Tejon. Third place, Matthew Nasworthy. Fourth place, Cody B. McDonald. Fifth place, Travis Gardner. Sixth place, Tony Martin. Seventh, Bryson McKelvey. Eighth place, David Garman. Ninth, Kyle Carter was a winner of B main. Good job securing a ninth place position there for the feature. 10th place, Jacob Halliday. 11th place, Matthew Croak. 12th place, Chris Watkins. 13th, Matthew Helm. 14th, Nick Klosterman. 15th, Michael Mitchell. 16th, Bud Molyneux. Fantastic job at all the drivers so far tonight. Got the A main ready to take off here. Got everything ready to roll. Fantastic job out of the drivers in heat races. Wish we could have seen everything going on, but you know, I was a little bit late to the show. So here they go, rolling around. We'll take one last look at the sponsors here. Fantastic job. If you guys do see any of the sponsors there and you know any of them, or you want to give a shout out to any of them, please go ahead and do so. If you guys want to get down in the comments and comment on some of the drivers, anything you guys want to do. So they're making a couple laps here, and then we will be ready to roll. Sage Luther out front, leading these guys around right behind the pace truck. Jump over to the live screen. We are ready to roll. Sage Luther taking off in the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Matthew Nasworthy following closely in behind Matt Tejon up there in third. Little loose out of Matt Tejon. Not sure where he ended up, but we have big contact here, and we are going to have caution number 1. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia.
The difficult we do right away, the impossible would take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on the replay screen. I do believe that caution may fall under Matt Tejon, maybe Jacob Halliday. Not really sure what happened there. I do know that early there, Matt Tejon looked like he burned him off a little bit in the slick and got a little loose. Driver in behind him did a great job of checking up. That was Cody B. McDonald. Absolute fantastic job checking up out of Cody B. McDonald. Matt Tejon and Kyle Carter and Cody B. McDonald getting a little bit of contact in between each other. So that will be all right, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the big view here. Ready to get the racing underway. Excuse me. Pace truck is out on the field. We're just waiting for everybody to get lined up here. Great racing so far tonight out of the heat races. Got 6 laps in. I did say this is a 30-lap event. Excuse me, this is a 40-lap event. These drivers are going to be out here putting 40 laps on Fairbury. You can see all the pits back here, all the race trailers. Everything is underway and ready to roll. We're just waiting on these guys to grid. A little bit of a chopper view here. Rolling in, you've got Sage Luther. Almost looks like a drone view we got going on here. But Sage Luther is up front. Matthew Tejon is on the outside. We are going to get lined up and ready to roll. Coming around turn 3 and 4. Green flag drops. Sage Luther takes off. Nasworthy on the inside line. Matt Tejon on the outside. Travis Gardner following in closely in behind Matt Tejon, working that high side. Another yellow's out. We will be right back. Go to caution.
Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible would take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on the replay screen. A little bit of contact between Tony Martin and Bryson McKelvey, I do believe. We'll go with the far chase on this. I do not remember how to move this around. If I did, I would definitely move it, but it is what it is. It's going to be right there in the middle of the screen for now as Brandon's talking. But Bryson McKelvey coming around the turn. Got some more guys here miking up. Bryson McKelvey comes in, gets a little bit of contact with Tony Martin. Looks like Tony Martin might have slid up in front of him, or Bryson just might have caught the rear end of him and kind of whipped him around. But we are going to go back to the live screen, TV1 view, and we are ready to roll. Focus in on the pace truck here. That is the Iracing official pace truck, the official pace truck of Iracing out there. It's a Chevy exterior and a Dodge interior. Not sure what happened with Iracing there, but I'm sure everything will be all right. Double file still on the restarts. We got 9 laps in the books out of a 40-lap race, around 31 to go. Great job out of all the racers out here so far in the heat races and in the A main. Looks like SDK is having a little bit of a hard time keeping up, so showing everybody some laps down. But obviously the leader isn't 6 laps down, so we'll figure something out here. But Sage Luther taking off on a green flag. We are ready to roll. Sage Luther all the way up front. Matthew Nasworthy following closely in behind. And Matt Tejon is in 3rd place right there. Travis Gardner working the slider line, trying to get something working for him. Kyle Carter back there in 5th place, I do believe. Kyle working his way up into 4th, trying to get that position over Tejon. Looks like the low line is starting to slightly come in here, so we will see some things happen that we usually don't see happen. So Right there, focus on the 79 of Matthew Nasworthy making his way around the track. Travis Gardner trying to throw the slider, doesn't have enough room, so he sticks to the low line. Good job out of Travis Gardner being aware of the cars around him. Sage Luther, still your race leader, got a 1.5 gap on Matthew Nasworthy. Rundowns: Luther, Nasworthy, Gardner, Watkins, and Carter running out of the top 5. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the 37X of Travis Gardner. Adrenaline Spike Designs wrap, looking absolutely beautiful out there. Travis Gardner, got to know Travis a little bit over the course of the last year, and he's definitely a good driver, great dad to his kid. So fantastic seeing Travis out here running the late models of Dirt Anarchy. Caution's out. We are going to go to the caution. We'll be right back, folks.
Brought to you by NRI Machining, located in Macon, Georgia. The difficult we do right away, the impossible will take a little longer. Call 478-731-0496 for all your machining needs.
Here on the replay, it looks like Kyle Carter involved. Not too sure what happened, but right here it is. Kyle Carter gets a little loose up into the turn, a little contact here. Kyle just gets turned around after getting loose, so quite a bit of damage on that rear end. Then just a little up tap from Bud there. But all right, back to the live screen. We did it a little bit different right there, but it worked out. What do you think of that? So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw you over to the sponsors one more time. Check out all the sponsors on the screen right there. One of the big ones that I have is Holbrook's Hometown Pharmacies, located in Lucasville, Ohio, off of State Route 104. So, green flag is underway. We're back on the live screen and on the chase. We're focused here on the middle of the field on number 19, Jacob Halliday. He's running in 4th place right now, doing an excellent job. Sage Luther's out there in the front. We have another caution, and we are going to go straight to the replay screen on this one, ladies and gentlemen. So, bring up the replay. Got everything going on here. Let's see if we can find out what happened. We'll look around the field here for a second. Pace truck's coming out there. It looks like we may or may not have just found the incident. So, do believe Matt Tejon was involved in this one. We will focus in on Tejon and we will let this one rock. So we'll see what happened off the start. Looks like Matt Tejon was up high. McKelvey comes flying in off the start and hits the rear end of Matt Tejon, pushes him once again, and just sends Matt for a loop. So, all right then. Let's see. We'll get back to where we're supposed to be here in a second.
Green.
There it is. 26 of Sage Luther, green flag flying. We have 11 laps in the books out of 40. I do believe the SDK was giving me a little bit of a false reading earlier because I said we had 10 laps. I think we only had 6 at the time. But see if we can get focused in here on Sage Luther. Matthew Nasworthy following closely in behind. It looks like Halliday trying to put the slider on old Travis Gardner, and he got one pulled off. So we have a yellow out, and we are going to hit the replay tab. Looks like right here on the screen, you can see right here, Tony Martin is absolutely upside down. So we'll see what happened with old Tony here in a second. Not sure, don't see him anywhere. I don't know if he blinked out or what happened, but Fairbury's a smaller track. It's a little easier to get tied up into each other here, but if we can't find this replay, we will jump right back over because Fairbury is a decently small track. So, yep, we're going to jump straight back over. Straight back into it, back into the live screen. All right. Race leader Sage Luther still out front. Nasworthy in 2nd place, Travis Gardner in 3rd, Halliday in 4th, and Croak rounding out your top 5. Travis Gardner sitting there on the inside line. 2nd row, trying to make something work. Sage Luther's had a pretty comfortable lead the entire race. Not too many people close or around him, so. If you guys are out here watching right now, thank you for coming out to Dirt Anarchy's season opener. Would have had a lot better opener there if I would have been there on time, but mistakes were made, and I'll make it up to the guys later on. So, Sage Luther, your race leader, waiting for the green flag to drop. If you guys are watching the broadcast, on the bottom left down there, you do see a lot of different sponsors. So, any of the sponsors you do see pop up, just go and check out their page, check out their channel. So, I've got it on a continuous loop down there. So, Sage Luther coming around turn 3 and 4, leading the pack. He's got a hungry pack of wolves in behind him, trying to get up there into that race lead position. Travis Gardner down on the low side. Sage Luther up in the front. Matthew Nasworthy's been hanging out up front quite a bit today, doing an excellent job working that late model around here. Good old Fairbury. Travis Gardner pushing his way up in. Travis Gardner running the low line in, trying to get it figured out. We got another caution out. Head on over to the replay tab, see if we can find this one. Should see a car sideways somewhere around here. I do believe I see Michael Mitchell back there and Matthew Tejon. So we're going to go the other way. There we go. Michael Mitchell here. Go to the far chase on Michael. Try to figure out what happened. Matt Tejon just gets a little tight down there on the bottom end, I do think. We'll go to Matt Tejon and check his view out here real quick. Yeah, he just pushes up the track and no one else really has anywhere to go. So Tejon was doing great running up front. But that is all right. Sage Luther, still your race leader. SDK says Michael Mitchell's up here. He is not. But here they come around the track. Hopefully here in the next couple passes. I'm pretty sure it'll be this. Green flag is about to fly. Green flag takes off. Sage Luther,
Green flag.
he's gone off the start, doing a great job. Travis Gardner still going to try and work his low line. Looks like he's getting a decent run into the corner, out of the corner. They might be running with it a little bit, but he's definitely got a good line going on here. So Travis Gardner looks like he's trying to push up in a second. On the inside of Nasworthy, Travis Gardner trying to pull away with second place. Right on the inside of Nasworthy. He's working that low line. The top side's getting a little bit washed out. It looks like Sage Luther's got a little bit of wall contact, and Travis Gardner was about to make his move there. Looks like we've got Michael Mitchell upside down on the racetrack. Looked like Michael just had some internet connection problems. As you can tell, when this screen goes black, when everything stops moving, that's an internet issue. And then all of a sudden it goes over here, and then you got Michael just driving straight into the wall. He probably lost connection on the raceway. But we are gonna get Michael's still out there on the track. It's like something must be going on with Michael's internet or something, because he is just stuck out there on the track. So see what the guys want to do about this. I do believe Sage Luther held on to first, and I think Travis might have had Nasworthy. So I think Travis Gardner is your new second place hitter. But we'll give you the rundown. Sage Luther in first place, Travis Gardner in second. I do believe Nasworthy's passing him now, so I retract my statement. Sage Luther, race leader still. Matthew Nasworthy in second place, and Gardner in third. See what we're going to do here. SDK says 18 laps in the books. Iracing says 18, so everything is up to date. These guys are going to speed up, catch up to the grid here. I think Travis Gardner might be in second. Not really sure. Looks like a World of Outlaws start right here. Nope, he's not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, World of Outlaws start with one car out in the front, two in behind. I kind of like that little setup, but Iracing would have a fit if we tried to do that. Green flag flies. Sage Luther, the race leader. Travis Gardner was looking really good on the low line before that caution came out. We're going to see what he can do with it here, and it looks like he is already catching the grip. He's got that right rear right in the slick, and he is moving. He's pushing up into second place. Looks like he's got by Nasworthy. He's going to be working on the leader here in a second. As long as Travis can hold on to that low line. Don't count everybody out, though, because you've got Bryson McKelvey right in behind, as well as Jacob Halliday. Travis still working the low line. Looks like he got his car up in front of Nasworthy here, so he is throwing that car in there. He's heaving it in. Sage Luther still making the low line stick, or the high line stick, excuse me. Still riding right up there near the wall, sticking the car. Looks like Nasworthy's dropped back a little bit. Nasworthy's starting to lose some position there, trying to find that high line, run it down a little bit. Halliday up in front of McKelvey. Rundowns Luther, Gardner, Halliday, Nasworthy, and McKelvey running out your top five. Kyle Carter's worked his way back up into sixth place. Croak is following closely in behind him. We'll take a look back here on the field. Kyle Carter focused in on here in sixth place position. Croak running the high line outside of Kyle there. Looks like the low line has finally came in on Fairbury. It's one of the first times I've ever seen that happen. We'll jump back up front here. Travis Gardner following somewhat close behind Sage Luther. Sage Luther got about a second gap on him, so Travis is doing a great job working the low side of that track. Halliday's starting to figure it out, though, because he's starting to gain on Travis here a little bit, too. So we will see what will happen. Focusing on Travis Gardner. A little bit of quarter panel damage, but that's okay. That happens when you're out here beating and banging in these late models. You can tell that track is just slicked over. So these guys are doing anything that they can to try to find grip anywhere on the racetrack. Halliday slowly working his way up here to Travis. Kelvin behind Nasworthy. Carter's still battling it out with Croak. Carter's hanging onto the low line. Croak's on the high line. Cody B. McDonald doing a good job down on the low line. Tony Martin back out there after that dangerous wreck. Helm looking good out there. Klosterman in 10th place. Molyneux in 12th. Sage Luther, race leader. He's took his gap to 2 seconds. 2.5 seconds. Great job out of Sage. Looks like Halliday's trying to take the high line, trying to work a way around Travis Gardner. Not sure if that's going to stick or not. That high side's pretty washed out. We're on lap 31 out of 40. Now 32. If you guys look up in the top left above the grid, you'll see the lap number there and the amount of time that we've been running in the race so far. So we're at 18 minutes and 30 seconds. So Travis Gardner making a stick. Your top three are pretty far away from the rest of the field. McKelvey working super low on the race line, trying to figure it out. Looks like Kyle Carter has made his way up to Nasworthy, trying to make a pass. Kyle Carter trying to move up into the top 5. Low line's working. Nasworthy's been trying to hold on to that top maybe a little too long. We got 34 laps, about 6 laps left from 35. Kyle Carter working his magic, trying to get that car up there. Sage Luther with a great lead, running into lap traffic here on lap 37. Catching old Nick Klosterman back there. Looks like that gap between Luther and Gardner has went to 3 seconds, 3.5. On lap 37, your rundown: Luther, your P1 position; Gardner, P2; Halliday, P3. 4 and 5 is McKelvey and Carter. Carter done a good job. Started out in 9th place this evening. Worked his way up quite a bit. Oh! Looks like Klosterman and Gardner getting a little bit of contact, and that gives Halliday the line to pass Travis, and we are on lap 39. Looks like that might have shook a little something up. White flag flies. Travis Gardner in 3rd, Halliday in 2nd, and Luther is your race winner. Rest of the guys around the track trying to make it. Great race. Great race indeed. These are the unofficial results on your screen now. Sage Luther, P1, P2, Jacob Halliday, P3, Travis Gardner. Fantastic job to the 3 drivers up front. On the rest of the way down the field, McKelvey 4th, Nasworthy 5th, Carter 6th, Croken 7th, McDonald 8th, Helm in 9th, Klosterman 10th. The rest of the way down, Martin, Molyneux, Mitchell, Tejon, Watkins, and Garmin. Great job to all the racers out here tonight. Fantastic job at everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to hop over to the Be Right Back screen, and we will be right back. We're going to conduct some driver interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, with me in the booth, I've got Sage Luther. Sage, fantastic race out there, man. How was it?
Yeah, it was pretty fun when we were going green. My main thing I just wanted to work on was just being smooth, and it seemed to work out. So,
Well, it seemed like it was working there at the finish line. You had a 4.3 second gap on Halliday, and behind you and a 4.9 on Travis Gardner in third. So whatever you were doing out there was working. Absolute fantastic job at a Sage. What were you doing, sticking to the high line most of the race?
yeah, I just stayed up there. I didn't see anyone really working the bottom too much. I thought the bottom may come in, but I don't think it really ever did, or no one was brave enough to go down there and try it.
Yeah, I think
So, yeah.
I think it was around like lap 25 or 30. Travis started working his way down there. The first couple laps were a little slow, but after that he started making it stick. But the top line was definitely still faster. But you had about a 4-second gap on him by the finish line. But fantastic job at a Sage Luther. Sage, you got any sponsors you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Mid-South Mafia and Virgula Say Setup, and everyone that puts on the league as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your P1 finisher, Sage Luther. Sage, absolute fantastic job. I know the fans out there are great to come out here and watch your race, so thanks a lot, Sage.
Yep, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving over to the next person on the interview. That will be Jacob Halliday. Jacob. Hello, Jacob. Give us just a second, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. With me now, I have Jacob Halliday. Jacob, fantastic job out of the P2 finish tonight. How did you feel out there running around the track?
It felt good after I qualified dead last. I felt like if we had a late restart, I felt like I had a shot at winning. But other than that, I had good speed late race.
Yeah, I think you did an absolute fantastic job out there. I know, where'd you start in the heat race? You remember? It was round back, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 8th.
Yeah, did you have to drive through the B main?
Yes.
Well, you had quite a bit of work in front of you tonight, but you put on your driver's suit and your helmet, and you took it on headstrong, and you came out with a P2 finish. You did an absolute fantastic job, Jacob. Tell us what was working for you throughout the race.
I knew once the bottom was going to come in, I knew I'd be really good, and it actually came in a lot sooner than I thought it would. So after I got sent to the rear, after I ran over someone on the original start, I knew that I was just going to be able to sit on the bottom and pick cars off one by one.
Yeah, well, absolute amazing performance out of you tonight. I did see that early on. I think the first caution that got brought out, you and Tejon got in a little bit of contact and you got sent to the rear. But absolute fantastic job moving from the back all the way up to the front through the heats, and then moving from the back again through the feature and coming out with the P2. So fantastic driving performance out of you here tonight. And you have any sponsors that you want to throw out there?
None in particular.
All right. Well, Jacob, absolute fantastic job, ladies and gentlemen. That was Jacob Halliday, your P2 finisher. Jacob, great job, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jacob Halliday that we just had a conversation with. He was your P2 finisher in the booth with me right now. Great driver, Travis Gardner. How'd it go out there tonight, bud?
Chaos. That's one of the things. But other than that, I'll take a third place.
Yeah, I thought it was going to work out in your favor and you were going to get up here and run the low line and get into the P2. But Sage was just a little bit faster than everybody else was on the high line tonight. But got into a little bit of traffic with some lap traffic there, and Halliday got him in front of you, but you still got the P3 finish. So tell us a little bit about what was working for you throughout the night, man.
Yeah, I was just trying a little bit of everything, honestly, but I didn't want to run that high line because of the wall riding thing. Plus, I'm not good there at this track, so I was doing good until I got up to Nick, and I didn't want to cause a caution. So I just let off and let Mr. Halliday have second.
Well, it is what it is. Sometimes things happen, but good job, respectful driving out of you there with that little encounter. So great job out of Travis Gardner. Travis, how long you been racing with Dirt Anarchy?
Last 3 seasons. It's been a pretty good while now.
Yeah.
This makes the 3rd season for me, so I've been here since the start of it.
Yeah, I think I entered in late in season 1. It was just a little bit late. I think a couple races in already, but me and Travis got to know each other a little bit over the course of last 3 seasons with Dirt Anarchy. I think we really got something special here. So Travis, you got any sponsors you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Brandon for putting all of it on, and Chris Watkins at Adrenaline Spike Designs for always keeping my cars looking good out here. And that's about it. And you for broadcasting it, Marcus.
Heck yeah, I was a little late today, but we'll excuse that. Oh man, all right.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your P3 finisher, Travis Gardner. Travis, great job tonight, man.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will bring up the end of our segment and our race day. So shout out to everyone in Dirt Anarchy here in the late models that ran tonight. Did an absolute fantastic job and put on a great show for us here to watch on the old YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. We're live on Facebook now too. I finally reached 100 followers on there. I think we've got somewhere around 400, so we're live on 3 different platforms. Great job out of all the racers. Thank you guys all for coming out and supporting the guys, and I'll see you at the next one.